Xenogears, my all-time favorite JRPG on the PS1. Today we have Weltall, the main mecha character in the game. Before I proceed with the actual unboxing, let me tell you a bit of history about this amazing robot. Faye, the main protagonist, was living in the peaceful village of Lahan when one day a group of military mechs attacked the village in pursuit of a dark blue mech called Weltall. Later on, Faye discovers that this mech is called the Slayer of God. For what reason? Well, that's for you to find out. I'm only here to give you an unboxing of this figure. Weltall is the third figure in the Xenogears series to be released by Bring Arts and Square Enix. The figure comes in a black box like the first two figures. It has a nice illustration on the side which makes putting together all three figures uniform and nice to look at. There's also a brief background about the mech on the other side, which is pretty much what I told earlier. Some poses that you can do with the figure are illustrated on the back, although these are not always easy to pull off without much difficulty. The rest are in Japanese text, so I won't bother explaining what they say. So now let's open the box. This might be a good opportunity to tell you that the figure retails at 7,830 Japanese yen or around 70 US dollars at amiami.com. I like how Bring Arts lay out the parts and body in all the figures I've bought from them so far. Here we have 15 pieces of body parts, including the body. I prefer small scale figures as I don't like putting together complicated parts. Examining Weltall, he is a bit lighter than I expected. The quality of plastic feels thin, but not cheap. It's really hard to say how durable the plastic is, as it feels kind of hollow. However, I like the level of detail as it's exactly how I imagined Weltall to be in real life. His color is very dark, which made him really hard to see while inside the box. But he does look like metal, so it's a good paint job overall. A pair of extra feet came with the figure, but I'll explain what they do later. They look very identical to the ones already attached to the figure though. Next we have a pair of wings. Both have ball joints and are easily attachable to the back. The wings have nice articulation and can be moved in several directions. If you need help putting the wings, you can check the small instruction manual. Now it's starting to look even cooler. Another set of wings. This time, they look like proper wings. But despite Waltol's wings, I can barely remember him flying in the game. I think he was just floating most of the time. I noticed that the head was a bit tilted to the left, so I tried to examine if it can be moved, and it did. There seems to be a ball joint connecting the head to the body, but I didn't want to take the risk pulling it off and not be able to put it back. Here's a good look of the completed figure in several angles. Now, back to those extra pair of feet. Unlike the ones defaultly attached to the figure, these ones are actually made of metal. This gives the figure extra stabilization, I guess, but I wished that the figure was fully made of metal. I like the articulation on the feet. It can even be moved in or out from the ankle. I think it's very robotic. Oops, I accidentally threw the body away. But now we can have a closer look at the leg. The legs also have some ball joints, which allows for certain angles of movements. The hip can also be moved 180 degrees so it doesn't get in the way while putting the legs. I'm mostly worried about these thin parts in the figure as they don't have any replacements. The feet are quite easily attached. Just make sure you have a good grip of the figure. Like the rest of the limbs, the arms, wrists, and shoulders have good articulation. There are also 6 other pair of hands that you can use depending on the poses you want to make. Last, we have a stand that comes with most, if not all, Bring Arts figures. It's easy to put together, and there's a short instruction paper if you're having difficulties. I'm not really sure how this can be used with this particular figure though. I guess use your imagination. And that was all for this unboxing. If you like this video, please leave a comment, thumbs up, and consider subscribing for future videos. Until next time.